So the first thing that we need to do is remove the silencer. So you simply remove the silencer from the adapter that connects it to the blower, and we'll set that aside. The next thing we really want to do is remove the wiring connecting the control module to the different components in the boiler. I'm going to remove the ignition cable, and I'm going to remove our ground cable. So after the wires have been disconnected, the next step then would be removing the gas valve from the manifold piping, and we'll do that at the adapter block. The next step then it would be to loosen the nuts from the studs on the heat exchanger and remove them. Now we just gently pull the whole assembly out towards us. What do we need to service? We need to clean the venturi, which is inside here. We need to clean the burner, replace the gaskets in these locations. So we have to disassemble this. I'm going to start with the blower to the adapter block. Now I have two 8mm nuts here. Remove the nuts from the studs that are in the 90-degree elbow, and then separate the blower from the adapter. The next piece that I'd like to remove is the venturi gas valve assembly from the front cover plate here. And to do that, there are two 25 Torx bolts that we're going to, machine bolts that we're going to remove. We'll set that aside. Now I'm going to remove the igniter. The last step is going to be really our first service item. We're going to remove the insulation from the cover plate. That just simply pulls out. You can see this is well due. I'm going to remove that, discard it. Now the burner is held on by three Phillips head screws. So I'm going to remove the old gasket material, both the cork gasket and the Ceraphelt gasket, from the cover plate. I need to remove the residue from the gasket material from the flange of the burner. Now on this, if we do it gently, and it should come off in one piece. So after removing that gasket material, now we want to draw our attention to the burner. We want to clean the burner thoroughly anyhow, but we want to pay special attention right here that we get it spotless. We're going to use a non-metallic bristle brush on the burner, and we're going to scrub it down, and we're making sure that we clear out any dust, ash, any debris that would be in the slots and the ports. The next piece or component that I have here is the gas valve venturi assembly. And obviously we're going to remove and replace the gasket that's on there. And we're going to take our venturi cleaning brush and make sure that I get in there and remove any soot, any ash deposits, any debris from the inside of that venturi. So after we've taken that off, cleaned the venturi out, we're really ready to reassemble the components here. So I need to reinstall a brand new cork gasket. I'm going to simply slide that on the venturi, and then remembering to line up my hole with the mark. Now that they're both snugged up, I do want to make a gas-tight seal on that cork gasket. We're going to reconnect the reference line. New rubber gasket. Now we're going to install the blower and adapter block onto the assembly here. We have our cleaning tool, our heat exchanger cleaning tool, and really the first thing that you need to do is insert it, get it all the way to the back of the heat exchanger. And then I take a marker and I mark on the blade where that depth is so that I'm consistent all the way across the top. And I'm just cleaning every row all the way back. We want to continue this all the way up to the very top, paying specific attention to make sure that we get all the debris pushed down to the bottom. So we want to make a pass on a 45-degree angle, both from the bottom up and from the top down. So the last step in the cleaning process is to rinse the debris down. And we don't need a fire hose here, right? But we want a good flow fluid and kind of seeing in the bottom of the heat exchanger. We want to insert the burner into the combustion chamber and set the cover plate on the pins. Now after I have all the nuts mounted finger tight, I'm going to take my socket wrench and just snug them up. Later on, we're going to be using a torque wrench, and we're going to set these nuts to a torque of between 50 and 60 inch-pounds. So when we're reattaching the gas manifold to the gas valve, you need to leave your screws loose initially until all 4 screws are in the adapter block. Otherwise, you have a hard time locating the connection point. After that step is completed, we're going to reattach the wires to the specific components here. Okay, and the last step here is going to be the installation of the new igniter. We want to make sure that we attach the ground wire to the flame sensor. Snap to it, make sure we have a positive lock on there. Now the last piece to be installed is air silencer. Now to complete the servicing, I'm going to reinstall the cabinet door. Once that's done, we're simply going to turn the power back onto the unit and turn our gas back on. So we've powered up the unit, and we're ready to fire.